and welcome back to Monday Meditations. I'm your host, Jen Snow, soul regression coach, Reiki master, clinical hypnotherapist, and medium. So we are here today to meditate, get into that hypnosis, get into that deep rest, and I kind of let the day pick its pace because the tide between whether we were doing the past life for happiness or a deep dive into rest and relaxation was tied actually. So I thought, well, we'll let the energy of the day kind of determine where we're at. And it's just been one of those days where is needed. At least that's how I've been feeling. So I think that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to deep dive into that rest and relaxation. Next week, we will get back to the throat chakra. Got the ideas now. It's sitting there. It's percolating. It's getting downloaded. Those guides and guardians and light beings are kind of just working their way through this one. So this one feels like it's going to be a big one because there's just a lot of shifts going on here. Before we talk about that, I want to say welcome and thank you for being here. Hey, Alex, how's it going? How was your weekend? How's your Monday? For those of you who are my Canadian viewers, we are on a long weekend Monday, and those who are traveling, hopefully the traffic has been good for you guys because I noticed I live in the mountains now, but when I was living on the coast, every long weekend we were out of there. We were going camping, we were finding beautiful spaces to be in nature. But the drive home, something to be desired, that's for sure, depending on what time of the day that we would leave super early, like 6 a.m. We would be packed up, gone, ready on the road so that we could miss as much of the long weekend congestion coming back from the mountains as we possibly could. I'm lucky enough to live in the mountains, so kind of crazy actually. I was thinking about that today, how in a year and a bit life has changed quite a bit when it comes to location and what that means and what it's going to mean. A lot of transitions happening right now and a lot of change. And so that's what we're going to talk about with meditation is change. Oh, the whirlwind of change. It's a beautiful thing while being equally as shocking and unnerving. I mean, some people in the world, they love change. Some people don't. Some people are in the middle, depending on the type of change that they're working with or creating. And I have really learned, sorry, my Palo Santo is definitely in the room today, that watch what you wish for. And when you wish for something, make sure that you have an idea of what that process looks like or that you're ready for that process to activate and to come into your daily life because it matches up with your internal landscape. For instance, this weekend, I literally made a comment yesterday, midday, that we needed to get a cat and how I wanted a cat because in the mountains we got mice, but I haven't had a cat since my cat Max, and he was another one of those beautiful animals in my life who taught me how to connect with the world in the unseen spaces. And I didn't realize it. I mean, I was really young when I had him, but communicating with him was simple. It was just like you and I communicating now, and he fostered that. It was one of those pinnacle animals in my life that fostered my medium intuitive abilities and what that would look like. I didn't understand it. For me, like I said, at that age, it was just every day. And I actually knew the first night, and then, oh my God, I think he was only a couple of years old, I think 3 or 4 years old. And he was an indoor outdoor cat, but that cat came home every night. That cat and I would make one little sound, and I honestly truly knew it did not matter where on our property that cat was. He would be in my bed, on my pillow, ready for bedtime. You know, he would appear out of thin air. And I know he was like, some days he was not in the house. Like, I for sure knew that, but I always knew he heard me. And this is how we communicated. And I remember one night he didn't come home, and I knew something was wrong, and he was injured. And I actually ended up finding him the next morning on a couch that we had in our covered area, and he had been injured. And I don't even know how that cat made it home, but he did. Or as far as he could, and we ended up having to unfortunately put him down because he had shattered his femur and it wasn't recoverable at that time. But I have not had a feline cat that lives with me since then. And I've always loved cats. I have a couple cats that live with my clients, but I definitely have a lot to say when it comes to who they love. And my one friend she is taking care of her for me, but watch what you wish for, because I put it out there and I had no hesitation, no reservation. I had no need or want. It was just a neutral comment, like, hey, we may need to get a cat. And last night at about 11:30, lo and behold, we hear this kitten meowing. And it's meowing outside the bedroom window. And of course, me being me, I'm like, oh, there's a cat, gotta go. And I knew it was a young cat just by the tone of the meow. And she was trying to get in the house. And so I went out in the yard and found her. And she came running up, purring, running through my legs, imprinting, like instantly imprinting upon my legs, cuddling, and just so excited to see a human being. And my husband came out around with a flashlight, and she ran up to him, and she instantly started, like, imprinting, rubbing, purring, and he's not really 100% a cat person. The claws get him, and so we decided that because our one dog, she's not used to cats. The only imprint she has of cats is our neighbor's cat walking across the fence line, telling her she can't touch us, and he literally struts and sings that you can't touch us, and rolling around and just really poking the bear. So I mean, should somebody had maybe she got out and she's definitely a house cat. She's definitely an indoor cat. Somebody who loves people. So we sit in the garage with water and food, blankets, and I'm not gonna lie, instantly denounced something after a big cuddle, and so this morning we let her out. She walks with us, like our dogs walk with us. So we call her, she comes, she follows us, we go. And she definitely knows that the garage is her like sanctuary. She was going back and forth as the door was open. Went back to later did all that today, and figured, we called the neighbors and trying to find out who owns her. I know this cat has been loved. Like she's not feral by any stretch of the imagination. And so yeah, we'll see what her story ends up being. But nobody claims her. We're definitely gonna have to work on our one dog, and I think the puppy's gonna be fine. But watch what you wish for, because I have no blocking attachments. I keep getting reminded is that that things can come quickly when you're out of the way. And I really mean energetically, physically, emotionally, mentally out of the way for your space of creation to be active. And it reminds me when I was a kid, I was super connected when it came to manifesting and creating things, and the ability to do so. Mind you, I wasn't aware that that's what I was doing. I was just wishing upon a star. And I look back at all those wishes that I made as a young person, and each and every one of them came true. And I kind of laugh because the biggest one is like makeup. Because when I was younger, all young kids, we want to be pretty, we want to be, popular, we want to be liked, we want to be accepted, and we want to be in crowd, which I did in that sense. I just was tired of being the guy who was bullied when I was young. And so I would wish upon a star. And so funny enough, when I thought about that wish that I made 3 times, and I wanted to be pretty and I wanted to have makeup, in that headspace, I thought makeup made you pretty. Which I'm not saying it doesn't. Just putting this out there. Those of you who know me, the only thing I love, I love my lashes, but outside of makeup, I am not well versed in it. And I have so much of it. Somehow unconsciously, I accumulated so much makeup. And I don't even know how it all came to me, because I don't really remember looking in, for it. So it's never big, huge into it. I mean, I did play a little bit, and I do wear it once in a while, but one of those, and then my other wishes is just about, living a certain, creating certain achievements in life. And if I step out of my way and I don't have any attachment physically, mentally, emotionally, vibrationally, where it is, it's just this, and it is in a space of expression of is, and then move on without thinking about it, we all seem to come back from the universe quite quickly. So, or from my higher self to do it. But yeah, so just when you're thinking about your change and the change that you want in life, The one question I've asked you to prepare for: are you prepared for what will change in order to create the change? Because that's a huge question. We often think about the change that we want, but not often reflect on the possibilities of what has to shift in order for that change to become a part of our daily timeline, our daily reality. And that's where we can get resistance. That's where we can get that hesitation. That's where we can get into this space of blocking ourselves and getting stuck, because the change required to create the change desired, we don't want. And I learned that lesson a long time ago when I met a medium. When I was 16, I had this really interesting experience in Safeway where a medium came up to me. She was dating my uncle's brother, and she stepped forward and told my aunt that she was there to actually meet me. And that was the purpose of her joining my uncle on that trip, and that she had some messages for me. And in that life, I really wanted some big changes. I wanted to, be whole and complete. I wanted a lot of things, and when she, but I'm also a skeptic in my own right. Being an intuitive, I get that, the hackers come up and like, okay. But that's okay. I'm gonna own it when it comes to that, and told me something that nobody else in the world knew. So I definitely had my buy in there. It wasn't like, my favorite color. It was something really a deep secret that I had kept from everybody at the time, except for, like myself. And I hadn't told this, one piece of the story. And she told me the piece of the story. So definitely, fucked up on this. She definitely proved me right? Hello, Purple Princess. Welcome to the show. By the way, you totally got it if you, with your healing journey, just so you know. Oh, don't be sorry you're late. Dude, we're just gapping right now. We're talking about change. And so I remember her telling me how I could get everything I wanted, but the change required, I didn't look at it as like, letting go of one aspect of my life that wasn't really healthy and healing for me, to move into that healthier healing life and into my own power, into my own self, where I looked at it as sacrifice. I had to sacrifice this, and it was very important to me. And at that time, at 16, I was just not willing to sacrifice. I was like, you know what? If the universe wants me to do this, then I'm going to do that while I do this. And I wasn't ready to let go, and I got reared my hackles up, and I know that definitely sidetracked my journey. Not bad or good, just sidetracked it. Got there anyhow, people. So even though there was a line and a fork in the road, I still got to where I needed to be, and everything worked out. It worked out. Absolutely, we didn't change it, but I wasn't ready to make the changes that would allow me to create the change that I wanted, to have the change that I was seeking. And so that became a big bone of contention. I got really upset with the universe. I got really mad. So if you're feeling frustrated and upset that change isn't happening, perhaps taking a moment of reflection, and maybe not, really wherever it resonates with, but where are you resisting change? What are you resisting going into the shift that is attached to that change, could be attached to that change? And how is that holding you back? What does that mean to you, and how does it make you feel? And where's your line? And that may give you an understanding. I know what that frustration is like, to want something so desperately, so badly, so deeply, yet it feels so far out of reach, and it feels like it's impossible. In my life, I've learned that the impossible is just one action away from being possible. And when that line came to me, that thought came to me, I didn't understand what it meant. I was in my health crisis at that time, but I knew it was an important motto to have. That the impossible is just one action away from being possible, and that it would mean something in my life. I didn't know it at the time, so I wrote it down, and I have it on my whiteboard, and it goes wherever I go. And sometimes the things that feel impossible aren't. It's just where we're creating that resistance to it, where we're creating that hesitation. What are we attached to in the old version of ourselves that we would like to bring forward that necessarily doesn't line up with the version of ourselves that we're about to become? And that doesn't mean you have to change. It doesn't mean you may have to adapt a little bit. Your desired outcome may shift a little bit when you look at it that way. Okay, I realize that this piece can't come, but I'm not ready to shift that yet. So I'm going to be at peace with it. And I'm going to take the time it needs. And when I'm there, I'm there. When I'm not, I'm not. And that's okay. And I'm going to be present with the moment, learn what I need to learn, know what I need to know, experience what I need to experience, and allow myself to be in the space of receiving. And in that space, you open up that door to release that need or want, that attachment one way or another. And when that attachment is resolved, the door is wide open to create, and to shift without it being hard or impossible or out of reach. And I know I've said this again and again and again, but really check in when you're emotionally connected to what needs to change or shift in order to create the door that opens up the next part, the next version of you, the version of you that is living the life that you're dreaming about, or moving towards into that life that you're dreaming about, and that person that you're dreaming about creating and having and being and awakening every morning and celebrating. You should still be celebrating the person you are today, because the person that you are today has gotten through so much. And this version of you, right here and now, has accomplished way more than we ever tend to recognize. And that's another reason I started that 30-day challenge with the gratitude, was taking a moment to recognize who you are in this moment and how far you've come from the moment before that. But this version of you felt impossible. This version of you felt like it was out of reach. It wasn't. You're here now. And maybe this isn't the destination you thought you'd be at or where you wanted to be. But this is where you are. And, nothing is concrete. Remember that. Shift. As long as, we got breath, we got a heartbeat, we can shift, we can adapt, we can change. We can, keep creating through our vibration, through our energy, through our thoughts, through our presence and essence. So take time to check it. Take time to sit with yourself. Take time to be. Take time to celebrate the version of you that is right now, right here, right in this moment. Because that version of you is pretty fucking amazing and deserves a moment, because that version of you has overcome everything behind you, or is overcoming everything that you're moving through right now. If you're in the eye of the storm, know that version of you has the strength to move through the storm. And that version of you knows how to get to the next version of you who's on the other side of the storm. We all have storms in our lives. We all have moments. We all have years, we all have months, and some of us it's decades. That's okay, because we get there. No matter how many Y's and U's in our forks in our road, we get one way or another. I didn't always believe that. I always thought it was a crock, and when things were really rough, I definitely was cursing at that statement. So it's okay if you curse at it. It's okay if you don't believe it. It's absolutely okay. And I just hope one day you're on the other side and you look back and go, oh my God, it's true. You get to that moment. And if not, that's okay too, because we all live a journey. We all live an experience. We're all living in an incarnation where we had choices, where we had blueprint of opportunities, and how we utilize them. Well, that's the joy of being in this world, right? Free will. How we utilize our opportunities is the joy of this incarnation, in this physical dimension. Which, yeah. So maybe give yourself permission to have some fun every once in a while. This incarnation, no matter which way you slice it, it has its ups and downs, and it has its bumpy roads, it has its moments of triumph and glory and happiness and success and everything in between. So just give yourself a moment to celebrate the version you are today, because that version of you, that part of you is pretty amazing, strong and resilient. that is today's message. When you think about manifesting, let it be uninhibited and know that sometimes we have to shift other parts to line up with the things that we are trying to manifest. And when you're ready to do that, things line up a lot faster, a lot easier. Like I said, midday yesterday, I was like, oh, we need to get a cat. 11:30 last night, there was a kitten outside my window trying to get in the house. And so she's in the, we have named her. So hoping that maybe, if her, I want her to find her own right, because if somebody's missing her, I'm not going to, but somebody isn't. She just kind of got mixed up. She hopefully got a home here, or sorted out. I'm hoping because she's a kid and it's going to work out a little bit easier. So but that's my weekend, my long weekend events. And so tonight we're going to take a deep dive into rest and relaxation. It just feels like that day. The clouds are out there. It's been raining all week, most of the weekend, and it's a little cooler today. So, like I said, because it was a tide, I let the day's energy kind of sort out what we're gonna do. So here we go. We're gonna take a deep dive, got the music going. We're gonna add the music in now, so that you guys can. So, I will also put the link in the comments here so you guys can listen to this. Those of you who are part of my Tuesday night class, this is the same music we've been using. Love this. One of my probably favorites that I meditate to. So when you're ready and willing, I'm going to ask you to go ahead, please, and may I have permission to guide you to your guide on the journey within, to take you on this meditative journey. We're going to deep dive into that flow of breath, that space, of ease, comfort, and softness. Awakening, allowing yourself to receive that wonderful energy of calmness and peace. So now, when you're ready, when you found the spot, you can just rest for a moment and close your eyes down. And as your eyes close down, let those muscles get softer and softer with each breath. That's why. As you find that spot to settle down, to do this meditation for self-hypnosis, just focus on those tiny little muscles in your eyelids. Those little muscles around your eyes, imagine intensity and allow them to get softer and softer as if they were soft like a feather floating on a gentle summer breeze. Let that ease, that softness expand and deepen through those tiny little muscles in and around your eye. If you give yourself permission to go on from within, connect and to ground into that wonderful energy, that vibration, that frequency of rest and relaxation. And to rest into peacefulness, to ease, and to enjoy this luxury of comfort. With every breath in and every breath out, just rest now. Rest and receive that beautiful energy, that tone, that harmony, that sense of inner calm and peace. Rest and release. Every exhale, imagine every breath out comprised tension or stress from the day, the weekend, the month, the year, the lifetime. Right? With every breath out, imagine each exhale composed and comprised of any and all forms, sense of stress or tension from the day, the weekend, the week, the month, the lifetime. And as that rest and relaxation flows through your entire body, as that feeling of rest and relaxation flows through those tiny little muscles around your eyes. Imagine every exhale, every breath out comprised and composed with any source of tension or stress that you would sense or feel yourself holding. Sense yourself carrying in the mind and the body, every muscle, every nerve, every cell, every fiber, every part of you. Just letting that stress and tightness just float away. Exhale. You breathe. Imagine every breath out. Staying. Letting go. From every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every cell, every part of you, any sense, any form of stress or tension. Just letting it go. Drift away. Flow right out. Let it flow right out. Give it permission to disappear and release. That's right. Giving yourself permission to allow every sense of tension and tightness and stress to disappear and be released. And every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every cell, every part of you. Feel the tightness, stress, release, tension, ease, entire mind, expression. Notice as your breath is steady and soft, as you allow those tiny muscles and eyelids to be soft and calm, and more rested and relaxed. Notice with every breath, release the decrease in the ease of tension, the ease, the release and decrease, stress. Letting go of tight from every muscle. From the top of your head to the palms of your hands and tips and fingers, all the way down to the soles of your feet. Feel all of your muscles begin to let go. Okay. Notice your nerves soft and soft, calm and calm and still. Every fiber, every cell, releasing and letting go of any and all sense of pain, tightness, or stress. Every part of you, creating and allowing and making space to rest, to get back, to breathe with ease, to enjoy the space of relaxation. As every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every part of you begins to recall and remember that sense of feeling calm and relief. And as you exhale, you release. As you breathe in, you increase. Every breath in, breath of rest, a breath of relaxation, drawing you deeper and deeper and closer into that inner home base of calm, an ever increasing sense and being of inner peace. Just breathe. The breath is steady. Be comfortable. Let your exhale linger. And as your exhale lingers a little bit longer than your inhale, but any last traces of tension, any last sense of stress and tightness, dissolve, release, and decrease. And each and every breath in, drawing you into that inner space, calm, that inner place of inner peace. As you breathe out, you let go, you release. As your breath becomes your guide into rest, relaxation, and that ever expanding, deepening, opening, widening connection in your peace. A space of balance, where there is no time, no self, no thought, an opportunity to just be the breath that you breathe. Be the breath, ever expanding, beautiful ease. As you still focus on those tiny little muscles in and around your eye, getting softer and softer, calmer and calmer, resting, relaxing, as you become mind, body, and energy with breath of ease. So let your breath be the guide, drawing you closer and closer and deeper into that inner space of ever expanding, ever deepening, ever widening and opening inner peace, sanctuary to rest, to relax, to be fully connected, fully grounded into your breath of ease. So take a moment now. As I go quiet, breathe. Stop. No where, no time, Breathe. Breathe and rest. No time, no thought, no when, no breathe. Breathe. And be. With every breath, as you breathe, those tiny little muscles in and around your eyes, resting, relaxing. Becoming a guide of setting yourself free, free to be, free to receive, free to allow, and free to breathe. Notice, observe where your breath takes you. Open yourself to the journey. No time, no space, no thought, nowhere. And if your mind wanders, just come back to those tiny little muscles around your arm. And ease, and let your breath be your guide. That inner space, and inner no aware, no sound, no free space. No time, space, nowhere, no thought. Just breathe. Your exhale, linger. Your inhale, calm and soft, and full of ease. As that feeling and sense of rest and relaxation flows through your entire self and body. From those tiny little muscles in and around your eyes, through your eyes, pleasantly relaxed, wonderfully rested. Every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every cell, and every part of you. Calmer than the moment before, deeply rested, deeply relaxed as you sit and breathe with the breath of allowing yourself to receive. See what you see, know, feel what you feel, sense what you sense, hear what you hear, smell what you smell, taste, because your inner senses open widely while you sit with your breath and breathe. No time, no space, no thought, no self, no words. Just be. Be the breath in and out. Be that source of rest, relaxation inside and out. Like I said, if your mind wanders, come back to the tiny muscles in and around your eyes, focusing and bringing that sense, that feeling, that flow of rest and relaxation into those muscles, expanding, deepening, flowing into every nerve, every muscle, every fiber, every cell, and every organ. As those muscles become completely and fully soft and rested, relaxed, and at ease. Just sit and be the breath you breathe. No time, no space, no thought, no where. Just notice how you become the breath you breathe. Notice how you become harmonized with the synchronicity. Notice how you choose and allow yourself in this moment the luxury. Notice how you notice it physically, mentally, emotionally, and vibrationally. Perfect. And now with the softness and the ease in your breath, the joy of letting go and releasing any last traces of tightness. Notice how you've connected into the breath that you breathe. Notice how it feels to be the breath you breathe. To let it be, allowing yourself to sink into its natural state, its natural rhythm and pace and harmony. No time, no space, no self, no way, no thought. Be the breath. If I can take a deep breath for me now, giving yourself that intention and that connection to rest with ease, to be at peace, to enjoy this sense of relaxation and the connection building, expanding, and deepening with the breath you breathe. taking a moment to celebrate you. Celebrate the fact that you made time to go on this journey, to connect with your breath, to enjoy that space of rest and relaxation, to create a space of rest and relaxation more deeply, more openly. And each and every time you choose to rest through your breath, it will get easier and easier. And that feeling will get softer and softer, more abundant, more in connection, grounded, aligned, and harmonized with each and every breath that you breathe. As that inner you, that version, that potential, that inner soul mission awakens, expands, deepens, and flows to the surface, guiding you, supporting you, encouraging you to your greatest and highest purpose, to your greatest and highest alignment. And as you give yourself permission to align with your greatest and highest purpose, feel how good it feels to set the old free, to celebrate, and to allow yourself this moment and moments after, and moments to come, to be free and at ease, to be connected, aligned, and in harmony. Being mentally, emotionally, and vibrationally. To take that deep breath in a moment. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At 5, you'll be fully immersed, fully aware, fully alert, and wonderfully connected and grounded, fully present and alert in your physical body, and feeling the connection through your breath growing, expanding, and deepening. And knowing that anytime you choose to focus on your breath, that feeling of ease and relaxation, that feeling of connection and expansion will come easily and quickly for your greatest and highest good and purpose. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count now from 1 to 5. At 5, you'll be fully present, fully alert, fully get back into your physical body, opening your eyes when you feel ready. When you open your eyes, you feel pleasantly clear, wonderfully nourished and refreshed, and beautifully rested. 1, feel yourself coming back to your physical body, for your mind more peaceful, your breath easy and calming, your breath connected and allowing, creating more space for your inner home base, that place of peace, that place of connection and alignment and harmony. 2, feel the space around you coming all the way back into the here and now, more alert and more aware, more refreshed and rested. Feel your energy clear and balanced, grounded and connected. 3, bending your arms and your legs, beginning to move your fingers and your toes, stretching your shoulders, moving your neck from side to side, up and down, just coming back to your physical body, and notice the looseness and the softness rolling through every muscle, every nerve, every fiber, every part of you. And 4, your eyes are crystal clear, your mind is clear, the journey, you'll be able to recall and retain the insight and the journey up within easily and comfortably for your greatest and highest good. And 5, fully emerge, fully aware, fully alert. Let's all the way back into your body now, all the way rising to the surface, coming all the way back to here and now. Taking a deep breath, and when you're ready, opening your eyes, feeling wonderfully refreshed, pleasantly connected, wonderfully enjoying that space, that inner soul space. Perfecto. There we go. Welcome back. Feeling wonderfully connected. I'm just getting the link for you guys for the music so that you guys can have it in the comments. This was the music we used tonight. And I'm probably going to sneeze. There we go. So that is the music that we use tonight. That's the link. That's the one I tend to meditate to. Enjoy. I mean, every once in a while I do change it up, but really enjoy this one. It always seems to take me into that deep place. And I try to, stay with music for a while, so it really connects me into that deep space and becomes an anchor that I can utilize. So when then I am struggling to get into that space, maybe because my tools aren't working today, the music actually can be that tool in the background that really helps draw me in. So yeah, that is another thing, guys. Why we use music is it can really be that tool, that technique that just gets you over that hump. Some days, when you're really frazzled and you're like, "Wah!" And you just need to calm, but your brain's going 1,000 miles a minute. If you practice with the same music, that music is comfortable and you really enjoy it, it will help take you. It will be a induction into that space. It will help be a part of your deepener. It will be a part of your process, and it will really activate that quick in and out. So thank you for tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time and energy. Thank you for showing coming and meditating with me. And we will be Friday morning coffee and Jen. We will be on the coast. So yeah, I love it. We'll be there. Music is good too. Yeah, it does. It totally breaks that barrier, and it's really enjoyable. And it's got to find the one that resonates with you, though. That's the biggest, most important thing is doing what I do in the industry I do it. I am super, super picky. And so I have learned that when I find something that works, I really do hold on to it and make sure I enjoy using it, because music can easily either get you over the hump or put you back on the other side. So depending on how you're emotionally connected to that music, that will also trigger a past memory, past cell memory, and will either take you into a deep, beautiful place, or, a different emotion will show up. So that's always something to remember. Thank you for your time today, guys. I hope that you have a wonderful week. Alex, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming. And I will see you guys all Friday morning for morning coffee and conversation, real talk, recap of the week and the insights that happened throughout the week. Make sure, guys, if you are on the, choosing to do the 30 days of gratitude and beyond, taking that time to really celebrate who you are, because you are amazing. And we are all very thankful for you being here and being a part of this incarnation. So remember that you are important, you are worthy, and you are more powerful than you know. And when you give yourself permission to activate and unleash that power within you, that essence and presence within you will radiate into every avenue of your life, and it will create opportunities for change, whether it's shift, whether you take it or not, that's totally up to you. But let the opportunity be there, and dip your toe in the water and see what it looks like. And if it's not working for you, don't do it. And if it is, dive in and enjoy the process of shifting, changing, releasing, and letting go. And just, yeah, be you. I will see you tomorrow night, Purple Princess. And you have a glorious week. Love your faces, guys. And we will talk soon. Woo, woo.